Hello, everyone. I'm Armstrong Williams, and since it's the weekend and the Democratic Party is trotting out their new race cars and talking about the fact that since Obama has been elected, that there's no interest of blacks joining the Republican Party. Well, I want to, they forget about the Republican Party and black advancement in its history. So many people have written an usual or mail requesting that we research and do some writing about the Republican Party and its significance and advance in the plight of American blacks in this nation. And so, you know what? I'm going to do just that. While posters and high priests of blackness continue to remind us that black support for the Republican Party has significantly dropped since the election of President Barack Obama, we don't hear much about the many serious black conservative candidates running for Congress today, like Mr. West, they have an excellent shot at winning. And in reality, no political group, that's right, no political group has done more to help minority advancement in this country than the Republican Party. It was originally formed out of the abolitionist movement. The Republican Party announced the total elimination of slavery as part of its official platform during the first Republican National Convention in 1856. And for this, the Democrats derisively dubbed them black conservatives, black Republicans. That's how black Republicans got their name. That's right, in 1856. And during Lincoln's third term, this Republican platform was finally realized. Theodore Roosevelt and Dwight David Eisenhower were Republicans as well, and it was Roosevelt who invited Booker T. Washington to the White House. And it was Eisenhower, yes, Eisenhower, who sent federal troops to where? Little Rock, Arkansas, to enforce school integration. That's right. Just a little history here. And in the 1950s and 60s, the Republicans helped push civil rights legislation into the mainstream. Eisenhower again used federal troops to enforce the Supreme Court's desegregation ruling, and despite the myth to the contrary, a far greater percentage of Republicans than Democrats supported the Civil Rights Act of 1964, a sublime piece of legislation that has its roots in the Republican-backed Civil Rights Act of 1866 and 1875. In fact, the high level of Republican support prevented the 1964 Civil Rights Act from being filibustered by Southern Democrats who relied upon race baiting to stay in office. Reminds you of anything today? Okay, you got it. Well, let me say this and close. When the Grand No Party, which I'm a third generation member, parents never left the party of Lincoln, once that GOP again embraced its founding principles, storied history, and uncompromising stance on the critical issues, Americans of all stripes will again realize that she is the party of choice. I'm Armstrong Williams.